Right now on KGW News, an Oregon skier gets real about what it means to stand as an American Olympian on the world stage.
It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think.
And here in Canby, new security video shows us just how violent Tuesday's explosion really was.
Then relief for a Gresham family, including a 7-year-old girl just released after weeks in ICE detention.
It is heartbreaking that they had to experience that in the first place.
Plus, KGW broke the story of a former fitness coach who stole money meant for charity. Today, he went face to face with those who trusted him.
He gave me that hope that I could finally make a difference.
Clouds finally rolling in tonight, and we've got rain in the forecast for the weekend, and it will mean mountain snow eventually. I'll let you know when.
And later, a Seahawks block party turns the Bay Area blue.
We're going to take the trophy home with us.
With some fans chasing redemption and others just hoping for sweet victory. And we begin this evening with a live look at the Olympic cauldron, one of two burning bright. This one in Milan at the Arco della Pace, the Arch of Peace, where it's just past 8 on Saturday morning with competition about to get underway. The Milan Cortina Games already making history as the first to be co-hosted by two cities with some 3,500 athletes, as you just saw, arriving in spectacular fashion. A celebration of Italian history, culture, music, and recognition of what brings us all together. So let's get going with a look at Oregon's athletes tonight as they get ready to hit the slopes.
Ready, here they come, the arrival of Team USA.
Team USA already making an impression with its 232 athletes, more than any other country, striding onto the world's largest stage as part of 4 parades. Among them, athletes ready to make Oregon proud, including Portland's own Alessandro Barbieri, the 17-year-old snowboarder in his very first games, posting these shots of him and his teammates in Livigno, writing, "The start of the Olympics, dream come true." While in Cortina, Portlander Jackie Wiles made some time for a little bit of fun while preparing for a big race, the women's downhill Sunday, with an impressive first practice run. This is her 4th appearance at the Winter Games, whilst telling KGW she has an advantage this time around.
I'm absolutely so excited to get to a place where I know I have done well, and it's a place that everybody enjoys.
Plus, Hunter Hess from Bend set to hit the freestyle skiing slopestyle qualifiers on Saturday. And Hood River snowboarder Sean Fitzsimons soaking in the magic and gearing up for some serious competition. And while the games, for the most part, typically sidestep politics, tonight it was essentially unavoidable. Some of the crowd inside San Siro Stadium there booing the U.S. Vice President and his wife as the IOC president spoke about courage, compassion, and most of all, kindness. And then there was Oregon's Hunter Hess, who said this when asked before the ceremony about representing the USA on the world stage.
Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S. So yeah, I just kind of want to do it for my friends.
Mixed emotions, he says, over what he calls his moral values with President Trump's policies over tariffs and threats over Greenland, to name a couple, still much of Europe simply wrong. And that brings us back to the Northwest. And KGW's Alma McCarty, because arguably the most visible and polarizing White House policy right now, immigration enforcement, and in particular, tactics nationwide.
Yeah, David, and that includes tactics like the tear gassing of hundreds of people at Portland's ICE facility last weekend. Now, Congress is looking to put more restrictions on ICE agents, but Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley explained tonight it's a challenge.
Inside the Clackamas High School gym.
In a democratic republic, citizen engagement is extremely important.
Senator Jeff Merkley heard from Oregonians at his 3rd town hall of the day.
I believe that Donald Trump is becoming more irrational and insane by the day.
Among the questions, whether Democrats can pass reforms to ICE, requiring IDs for agents, prohibiting masks, and preventing them from entering private property without a warrant.
Is that a fight that's optimistically you could win?
Okay, so the hope is to get those negotiated between the two parties. but I'm not optimistic.
Before the town hall, the senator told me ICE already got $75 billion in the president's big, beautiful bill.
That's like 7 times their normal budget. So even if we'd never passed a spending bill for DHS, Department of Homeland Security, ICE and CBP have lots of funding. So this is a challenge we're in.
Still, he told attendees he'll keep fighting.
Not only do I want not one more penny for ICE or CBP, I do want to claw back a big portion of that money that they got last year.
DHS negotiations continue, with funding expiring next Friday. In Clackamas County, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
And tonight there is good news for a Gresham family picked up by ICE while taking their 7-year-old daughter to the doctor. The Crespo Gonzalez family was arrested in Portland 3 weeks ago, then taken to a notorious Texas detention facility. This evening, Congresswoman Maxine Dexter announcing they have been released and she is escorting them back to the Northwest. New tonight, it's a bittersweet moment for their state representative, Ricky Ruiz.
I think it's worth for us to celebrate today, me being that they're released, but I just can't imagine the amount of trauma that the family experienced just having that happen and then being detained for over 20 days in Texas.
It is not yet clear why the family was released, with the Congresswoman saying they had a pending asylum application from political violence in Venezuela. We have reached out to Homeland Security here for comment. All right, to a live look over downtown Portland tonight with the Winter Light Festival clicking off after another relatively warm and dry day, though it sounds like things are about to change. Chief Meteorologist Matt Savino here with the first look at your weather impact forecast. Happy Friday, Matt.
Thanks, David. You too. And things are going to change this weekend. We haven't had a day this month so far with a high temperature below 52. The average is 50 in most of the days, all except one. We've been over 56. So it's been a warm month, start to the month of February. 45 right now, beginning to get some clouds rolling on in, but we made 57 today, 59 in Hillsborough. So again, today the story, the warm weather, 64 over at Tillamook and 60s down in Southern Oregon too. But look, I'm actually going to show you Doppler radar because there's rain off the coast, which I haven't been able to say like all week at least, and that'll take its time getting in here. Probably started the Portland area about 9 a.m. or so, give or take an hour, but there is rain in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday, and it turns to snow in the Cascades. Finally, we'll time that out, show you how much is going to fall in a bit. David, back to you.
Oh, that's some good news. We need it. Thanks, Matt. To an update in Canby now, and stunning new video. There it is of a massive industrial explosion, one that blew off the roof of a metal treatment facility and sent debris flying into the neighborhood. Tonight, Catherine Cook went to check on the damage.
Debris is still scattered outside Kitty Hawk Products here in Canby after Tuesday's explosion. And security video is giving us a better idea of just how violent that explosion was and why one neighboring family says it is a miracle they survived. Tuesday afternoon in Canby went from calm to chaos. Security video from a local business shows the roof blowing off Kitty Hawk Products, a metal treatment facility, after a 15-foot pressure tank exploded. It sent up a geyser of debris, with chunks dropping hundreds of feet away. That piece slammed onto Bobby Fassolt's truck. Another chiseled out a hunk of concrete.
I wasn't sure if the building was going to come down. I walked out front, was checking stuff out, and I thought I felt the heat from the fire, but it was that thing on the ground that bounced and hit my truck. It was radiating heat. It was like I was standing next to a bonfire.
By Friday afternoon, repair crews had tarped over part of Brianna Heath's home, insulation scattered across the yard. She shared photos with us showing where debris hurtled through drywall near the bathroom and left a gaping hole in the floor. Brianna, her mom, and 2 kids were home when it happened. No one was hurt, but for now, they're displaced and living in a hotel. In Canby, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
The drugs didn't do this, I did this. I don't deserve anyone's forgiveness, but I thank you for extending it to me.
In the culmination of a KGW investigation, a local fitness instructor who admitted he stole more than $20,000 from his clients he promised were going to charity came face-to-face in court today with many of his victims. Court records say former Orange Theory coach Ryan Tong pocketed the money to help fuel a cocaine and alcohol addiction. KGW's first story about Tong following the money trail via social media and Venmo led to a criminal investigation, and now A guilty plea to felony theft charges, which allowed Tong to avoid jail through a promise to pay back the money through restitution work crews and monthly payments. Here's some of what we heard from his victims at sentencing.
He gave me that hope that I could finally make a difference. With the pain you put on me and the way you walked all over my mom's name and used our story to fill your bank account, I still wish that you never feel that pain.
Prosecutors say Tong's restitution payments will be redirected to the intended charity, as Orange Theory fired him from its Slabtown location in 2024 and pledged $1,000 to each of the organizations impacted.
This is perfect. It feels like we're in Seattle.
Turning enemy territory into a sea of blue. Straight ahead, we're all sports and all weather as the 12s gear up for Super Bowl 60 and right here on KGW. Plus, Blazer Scoot Henderson finally back in action, and your high school highlights in a super fresh edition of Friday Night Hoops. KGW News continues in just 90 seconds right after your ski report. All right, we are less than 48 hours out from kickoff in Super Bowl 60 right here on KGW with Seahawks fans taking over the streets in some spots. Jim Nelson is in San Jose, just a stone's throw from Levi's Stadium, with a look at how fans are celebrating tonight.
Awesome. The spotlight is growing, now shining across the entire Bay Area.
Are you guys ready for Kamani tonight? Woo!
From San Francisco to San Jose.
This is amazing.
About 50 miles separate the two cities, but they are now firmly linked.
This is Super Bowl 60. I just turned 60. I can now pass this out.
Zabena Asafah from Newcastle wouldn't miss it. He's here with his wife, just in time for San Jose's block parties and concerts.
We were in San Francisco yesterday. San Francisco a little bit too crowded. We from Newcastle, we cannot take that crowd.
So this is perfect.
This is perfect. It feels like we're in Seattle.
Asafah's journey is an interesting one. See, he had a feeling he'd be here after the Week 1 loss to the 49ers.
My wife was crying. I told her, baby, this is the first game. We're going to go all the way just forget this game. And if we make it to the Super Bowl, I'm going to take you to the Super Bowl. That's why we're here.
Super Bowl promise fulfilled. But they're not alone. Both the Seahawks and Patriots are well represented at the San Pedro Block Party. Difference is, Gregory Lucini from Rhode Island has now been to 5 Super Bowls.
We won them all.
Expected another one?
Absolutely. We wouldn't be here otherwise. And I've had friends tell me, don't come home without a trophy.
We're going to take the trophy home with us.
Parting shots before it's all settled on the field up the road in Santa Clara.
He's going to take the trophy home, right? Don't forget, kickoff Seahawks versus Patriots, Super Bowl 60, 3:30 Sunday afternoon, only here on KGW. We got the Olympics, we got the Super Bowl, and we had a nice day. It was great.
We did, and we have a perfect weekend for staying inside and watching the Olympics and the Super Bowl.
Oh,
it's going to be rainy.
There you go.
So there you go.
We need it.
You won't be that motivated to go outside. Well, maybe you will, but nonetheless, there'll be lots of good stuff to watch here on KGW all weekend. Man, it's just amazing with the Olympics and the Super Bowl. We've got in Salem 44 degrees. The clouds are beginning to roll on in. We made it to 57 today. Like I said earlier, been a warm start to February. Our coolest high temperature is 52. Even that's a couple above average. Every other day we've been at least 56. So it's been warm. 60s in Central Oregon, Southwest Oregon, and on the coast too. Quick check on the weather in Europe. They're getting a few showers in northern Italy right now. I'm going to watch the system coming into the Iberian Peninsula for the days ahead of us. But right now, Italy's looking pretty good. We'll see a few showers in Milan, potentially in the morning, just some drizzle. But I think for Cortina, it'll mainly be just cloudy to partly cloudy and pretty good. We've got clouds rolling in right now. This weather system should be the first to break, is the first to break through the high pressure and the warm air that's over us. South winds along the coast. Look for rain about 9 a.m., maybe 10 a.m. in the valley here, pushing in. And then finally, we start seeing snow in the Cascades on Sunday as the snow level drops. And by Monday morning, it's down to about 3,000 feet. And then the precipitation ends. We'll get a couple of dry days, but then more precipitation coming our way late next week. And that will also bring snow back to the Cascades. So here's our forecast for the Sunday night Monday system. I think it's going to be more like 6 to 8 inches on Mount Hood. There's 10-inch forecasts for Hoodoo and 12 inches for Mount Bachelor. We'll take every single inch we can get, right? Then it dries out midweek, but after that, the amounts ramp back up again next weekend and start becoming fairly respectable. That's about 2 feet on Mount Bachelor, 18 inches or so on Mount Hood. We'll keep our fingers crossed it breaks down that way, but I think what is more likely, and I'm very confident in, and more confident in anyway, the snow amounts, is that it will be cooling off and staying cool as we go into next week to keep the snow levels down and keep our snow fresh, and we'll be able to add to what we're getting and not lose any more. 45 degrees right now, freezing level at 8,600 feet. If you're going to the beach this weekend, it's going to be rainy. Hasn't been that way in a while, but it will be this weekend, both days, and breezy, gusts to about 35. For the valleys, rain developing again about mid-morning or so. So if you need to get some stuff done outside, don't want to get wet, go early tomorrow morning. Highs will be in the 50s. Up in the Cascades, rain tomorrow, but it turns to snow on Sunday as the snow level drops to 5,500 feet. And again, 6 to 8 inches new, I think, by Monday morning. Clouding up tonight, that's happening, and then rain tomorrow and rain on Sunday. Our high temperatures in the low 50s, and then cool right on through the week. Temperature staying above freezing even as it clears out on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then more rain and mountain snow coming our way at the end of next week as we head into Valentine's Day weekend. So hopefully things will be looking up for the snowpack day.
Oh yeah, we're overdue for the rain. Have a good weekend, Matt.
You too.
All right, cue the music because KGW is coming to a high school gym near you. We're talking boys and girls highlights with the Greater St. Helens lead looking tight, plus the Blazers. And with the Olympics and Super Bowl buildup, I have to warn you, Orlando is on fire. It is Friday Night Hoops. Tip-off just 90 seconds out.
What is good, everyone? Kick back, relax, and grab some snacks. My name is Orlando, and this is Friday Night Hoops. We start in the Mount Hood Conference. The top-ranked Central Catholic Rams riding a 5-game win streak on the road against David Douglas. I'm with it. Let's get it. First quarter, and we've got action. Malcolm Weatherspoon turning turnovers into points. They call that a high-percentage shot. And how about the teamwork making that dream work? Swing, swing. Samir Paschal for 3. We move to the second quarter. David Douglas's turn. Luke Reeves to Jackson Satterthwaite. The Rams turn to QB1. Robbie Long, the steal. Through the contact. Get off me. Scoop to the hoop. The top-ranked Rams are the real deal. 80-55 the final. That's 6 straight for CC, all by double digits. We head south to Happy Valley. The Gresham Gophers in town to take on the Nelson Hawks. The courthouse open on a Friday night. The 10th-ranked Hawks setting the tone. Third quarter, Chaz Katawanga had that thing on a string. No look to Zayden Richardson. Hawks soar to a 10-point lead. Target practice for Ashton Cantwell. The jury on its feet. Gophers defense stepping up. Jeremiah Pashone with the swat, and Elijah Griffith closes out the quarter with 2. Gresham rallies to take a 1-point lead. Kareem Arthur shaking and baking. But closing time belongs to the home team. Carter Lockhart leading the way with 14. Nelson gets the dub, 61-57. Doubleheader at the courthouse, and the Gophers getting the party started. The freshman, fearless Naomi Richards with the first bucket of the game. And from one freshman to another, Peyton Webster guarding like the Rents do. Simone Sedaris with the finish. Nelson reels off a 10-0 run and never looks back. Nyla Webster showing out, just too much sauce. Plus, the dime one time to Love Ford closing out the highlight reel. Hawks win. Nelson gonna be a problem. Look out. Down in Salem, a top 10 matchup at the top of the Central Valley Conference. 9th-ranked South Salem visiting 10th-ranked West Salem. The Titans ready for battle. Emma Zuniga setting the tone early. Strong move for the Portland State commit. Here's how to close out the quarter. South Salem's Frankie Hamill, the quick release at the buzzer. Tight game in the fourth quarter. West Salem's sophomore Lilea Burns took over. The 3-ball gives the Titans a 4-point lead. Then the driving bucket to slam the door shut. West Salem wins it 64-60. Northwest Conference top-ranked Park Rose Broncos have won 10 straight, visiting the Milwaukee Mustangs. It's the all-horse matchup. David Moko, you approve, right?
Approve, I'm a fan.
Let's go. Park Rose showing off the reins. Jaden Hall. Both teams hitting early. Jaden Locke with the drive and kick. Enzo Yamashita helping the Mustangs keep pace. Then the Broncos start bucking. Adrian Montague finds Hall for the layup. What a dish. Park Rose gets their 11th straight, 82-58 the final. It's the final Friday of the regular season in Washington. Things tight in the Greater St. Helens League, so let's start at the top. Evergreen hosting Mountain View. Hudson Nellis wasting no time. Plainsman's up 3. Mountain View getting defensive. John Chancellor picks the pocket. Luke Swardlick finishes off the fast break. Evergreen turns to Jackson Novotny. The juke, just not fair. That's nasty work. Evergreen grabs a share of first place with a 56-45 win. Let's head north. Prairie looking to keep pace, hosting Heritage. The visitors trying to play spoiler. Makalani Taufa drains it from the land of 3, and Keenan Caruo says, that looks like a nice place to visit this time of the year. The ninth, though, belongs to the home team, Tavin Temperley from long distance. And then it's time to play above the rim. Prairie wins big. Falcons face both Mountain View and Evergreen next week. Should be interesting. Let's talk NBA. The Blazers hosting Memphis in the first night of a back-to-back. Desperate need of a win, riding a 6-game losing streak. Scoot Henderson making his season debut. Rip City hyped, and he was dropping dimes. A quick 5 in the first half. Blazers had a 4-point lead at the break and then just blew things wide open in the third quarter. Henderson attacking the rim with pent-up aggression. 11 points, 9 assists in his debut. 8 Blazers scoring double figures. Blazers outscore Memphis by 26 in the second half and get the dub 135-115. That's the good news. Bad news, Shaden Sharp left the game at the half with a calf issue. These two teams meet again Saturday night.
All right, the cauldron is lit. Looking ahead to Sunday, I know you've got your eyes on the downhill. This is going to be a biggie.
For sure. Between Lindsey Vonn and also having a local connection with Jackie Wiles, I'll be locked in, that's for sure.
I mean, she did great in the training run today, so they're going to be cheering her on. All the athletes just for being on the world stage.
For sure.
Can't say that enough. It's not about medals. It's not about winning. It's about being there, and they are there. Good.
It'd be nice to get a medal, though.
Well, that's it. All right, it's Friday, so for the entire KGW News team, including in 12 seconds, Allison, Andreas, Craig, Michael, Amy, Eddie, Jamie, Sabina, Jeremy, Dan, Kyle, Aiden, Catherine, Alma, Matt, and Orlando Sanchez, I'm David Molko. Happy Olympics. Happy Super Bowl. Good night.
An Olympic performance there, David.